Yo, man, I remember my first day at North High School really vividly. Jerome, wake up! Screams a high-pitched voice, responded to with, I am awake, Mom. This is Jerome Tyler. He is an incoming freshman at North High School, and he is about to begin his first day in the crazy, unexplainable world of high school. Jerome gets out of bed and looks in the mirror, overhanging his dresser. Staring back at him is a stern-looking 13-year-old boy with broad shoulders and a stocky build. He proceeds to change his clothes and pick up his backpack and football gear. With Jerome as their varsity quarterback, North might not lose every game this season. How's that sound? Walk out the door and head towards school. On his way, Jerome met up with his best friend Antoine, who he has known since he was born. Their moms worked together at Berry Plastics since Jerome proceeds to walk out the door and head towards school. On his way, Jerome met up with his best friend Antoine, who he has known since he was born. Their moms worked together at Berry Plastics since as long as they can remember. Hey, what up, man, says Antoine. Jerome tosses his football at Antoine. Nothing much, just thinking about the new season. Antoine also plays as a wide receiver. It's going to be crazy. They got to school just as the warning bell rings. Antoine asks, that means we have 10 minutes until class starts, right? Jerome replies with, yeah, I think so. Hey, pull up your pants, screams an outraged voice from down the hall. Yeah, I'm talking to you. A stern finger is being pointed at Jerome. He gives his pants a small tug and gives the teacher a nasty look. Does he think he can tell me what to do or something, he says? Antoine says, that's Dr. House. I hear he's a huge jerk and nobody likes him. Jerome and Antoine split up to go to their first period class. Jerome walks into his algebra class right as the bell rings and there's only one seat left. Jerome sits down next to a nervous-looking kid who glances up at him and looks away quickly. What's your name, Jerome says. Yerby, stutters the boy. The door abruptly opens, and emerging into the classroom is the teacher that yelled at him in the hallway, Dr. House. I'm sure many of you have heard of me, he says in a sly monotone voice. I am Dr. House, not Mr. Doctor. I do not get a doctorate degree from Harvard University to be called to like a buffoon. The bell rang. Jerome's first class as a high school freshman was over. He then followed the herd of students into the cramped hallway. As he walked down the hallway, he noticed an awful smell upon him. He turned to a student walking next to him and asked, Does the school always smell this bad? The other student laughed and said, Yeah, pretty much, but usually not in this hallway. Jerome turned away and sighed to himself. Great. The rest of Jerome's day went by seamlessly, and now it was time for his first football practice with his new team. He knew it wasn't going to be easy to win them over, since he's only a freshman, but as soon as he started throwing, it only went up from there. After practice was over, Coach called everyone together. He then announced, I know we've had some problems in the past, but we're going to have a good year this year. Some people on the team chuckled. North has not had a good football team since the mid-90s, so why should this year be any different? Jerome left practices and headed into the putrid-smelling locker room. Oh, crap, he yells in an excited tone. I gotta go talk to Dr. House. Jerome then hurries out of the locker room and runs towards room 18. He bursts through the door and luckily he sees Dr. House sitting at his desk, and Yerby is sitting at the desk in front of him. Jerome slowly opens his mouth and says, What was the homework assignment? He steps towards his desk. He hears a crunching noise under his foot. He then turns up his foot to see a little cockroach stuck to his heel. It lets out a whimpering cry as it takes its last breath and dies right in front of Jerome's eyes. That's gross, he says. Yerby is becoming hysterical. That was my best friend, he cries. Jerome hurries to grab a Kleenex to scrape the cockroach off his shoe and toss it in the trash. He's scared of what Dr. House will reply will be. Will he burst into a fit of rage or just ignore him completely? Dr. House smirks and says, Forgot the assignment on your first day, huh? Well, I guess I'll give you a break. Jerome thanked him, and as